G'day and welcome to Lace Joining Tools with Jenny Brandis. These tools are used to join two pieces of lace together, joining a beginning to an end and joining sections of lace within the lace piece. A fine lace crochet hook, a Lazy Susan and a homemade Lazy Susans. I am going to be using the Matthew mat from the Pattern a Month number 5 to demonstrate each of these tools. The first tool I will use is a fine crochet hook. This one was painted by Bridget Fairchild for the first anniversary of the Australian Gum Lace Group. Starting at the outside edge, where there are 3 pairs to join into a single pinhole, this will be the most difficult joining in the entire piece. There are 2 pairs of passives and the fan weaver pair. I am going to knot the weaver pair to lock the passive pairs together. Bring the knot back before the pin and tighten. Put the passive pairs over and out of the way before removing the pin. Insert the crochet hook through the pin loop, catch one of the weaver threads and draw it back through a nice big loop. Take the other bobbin and tuck the spangles against its side to prevent them catching on the loop. Insert the bobbin, spangle end first and pull it through. Then I draw the loop tight until the pin loop is over the pinhole. Bring the passives between the 2 bobbins before tying a reef knot to anchor it all. Make sure that the first knot is tight without any slack before completing the second half of the reef knot. Put the pin back in and lay the bobbins aside. Now to move on to the next one. Make sure that the pair has 2 twists in it. Push down the outgoing pin and remove the receiving pin. Insert the crochet hook into the receiving pin loop. Wrap the bobbin thread under the hook and draw the thread back through the pin loop, forming a loop of the bobbin thread. Tuck the spangles to the other bobbin and insert it through the loop. Then I draw the loop tight until the pin loop is over the pinhole. Form the first half of the reef knot, making sure that the pin loop lines up with the pinhole. Tie the rest of the knot and replace the pin to hold the lace still while I am working the sewings. Push down a few of the outgoing pins and remove the next pin to be worked. The next tool I used was a suture needle in a pin vise. As suture needles are not that common or cheap, I have edited that bit out. However, the pin vise can be used to make your own Lazy Susan using a bent sewing needle, so I have left the pictures in for your information. I'm using a Chris Parsons Lazy Susan to demonstrate the way that I use it. The needle is threaded with about 18 inches of very fine monofilament beading thread, but any sewing thread will do. A tiny bead is tied to each end to prevent the threads pulling out of the eye as I work. When the threads get pulled to the eye, it stops, and I can simply bring the other bead up to the eye, pick up that eye bead and pull them back into place. Lay the sewing pair across to the side, remove the pin as usual, insert the Lazy Susan and push forward a bit before easing it back to form the loop. I have used a pin to catch the loop. Put the Lazy Susan down and draw the loop up. Put through the first bobbin and draw back on the Lazy Susan loop to bring the bobbin loop through the pin loop. Put your finger in the bobbin loop and draw the Lazy Susan thread back and out of the way. The bead will stop the thread from pulling through the eye. Put the second bobbin through the loop and draw the loop down to the pin loop. Tension it over the pinhole and tie a reef knot. Return the pin and move on to the next sewings.